Winning Time got canceled after season 2. I would like to see the Miami Heat.
You just focus on dynasties, right? You get the Jordan dynasty now. Then you get the Bulls dynasty. So then it's Winning Time, the Chicago Bulls dynasty.
If it ended with like the Lakers, they're all like crying. Some guys just like
God.
scratching his head, just watching like young like Kobe highlights. And then there's another guy in another room like looking at like Shaq like dunking on Orlando, and it's like.
Winning Time got canceled after season 2, and a lot of people are upset. So the reason for it being canceled is because the low viewership. If you look at Jerry West or Magic Johnson, they weren't on board with the show and how they're being portrayed. Magic Johnson was looking like the freak man of the year, and Jerry West was looking like a man that's possessed by the devil.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's just like I get why, and from their perspective, why they would be mad. And obviously the show said like, yo, this is a little exaggerated, but there is some things that are real, and it is educational for people that didn't know about the Lakers and Kareem and what he meant, and Magic Johnson and how he got there. It's fabricated a little bit, but there's some truth in it, and it allows you to learn and be entertained. So the fact that HBO took it off because of low viewership, even though they weren't promoting it like that, is kind of suspect.
Max has been on their fuck shit and been canceling a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have. So I'm not shocked by this. I'm a little upset that this ends with the Celtics winning the championship.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's not right. That's not right in the world. We can't just
It's
end
like,
on
it's
that.
like Avengers ending when like Thanos wiped everyone.
Yeah,
before,
that's
like,
it.
The good guys are supposed to win. It's about the
fuck?
Lakers.
And listen, Magic Johnson was the freak man back then. Like, this is not like, where are the lies? Show me the lies. He was the freak man back then. Jerry West, a little bit of the devil, you know?
The coolest part for me was hearing about how the Lakers and even the NBA as a whole like wasn't the big like show that it is now, and how he built it up to that. I thought that was really cool. That was probably my favorite part of the
But
show.
also, it's important because like what he did for the NBA, right? With the cheerleaders, the marketing, the entertainment. That's like a pioneer in the NBA and moving it forward. Like it's crazy too, because even when you look at like David Stern in there, he's not even like David Stern yet. Like, you know,
That was cool too. You saw a lot of guys, like you saw Pat Riley as like a guy begging for a job, and like we know Pat Riley is the godfather of the NBA. It's just cool, like historic wise.
even the scene when like they fired their coach and then like Pat Riley had to take over, like that scene was like actually real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like just to relive those moments and get a portrayal of like Jerry Buss, like I never really knew much about. I thought that was dope to see, and that made me want to look into more like Lakers shit and like old like nostalgia, because Bird and Magic, like that is like the pillar of the NBA. Like that's the forefront. And then came Jordan, of course, that elevated even more. But like without Bird and Magic, there would be no NBA. Like it was sinking.
We were supposed to get the Pistons next. Like, you know,
Yeah, that
we're
would've been
supposed to
cool.
get that kind of
I
stuff.
mean,
So
to be honest with you, like I hate talking about what we want because people don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
They don't
Yeah.
know. It's
They
like
don't care.
who are we? We're just not everybody.
No,
needs
you're
a
right,
podcast.
you're right.
But
Yo,
but
congrats on the
if
most
I-
original comment ever.
I would like to see the Miami Heat being portrayed, right, in a show. I would like to see like that transition from everybody fucking hating him and then going to Miami and being the villain and then finally winning, and then maybe ending with like Cleveland and like winning the championship. Like that would be fire. Like, you feel me? That whole like stint. Like I'm biased because I'm a LeBron guy, but I think that would be fire TV.
Yeah, I would definitely watch that. My only thing though is like, imagine like if Winning Time didn't existed. Like, I think if we were having a conversation right now, what would be the best like NBA story to make a show out of it would have been the dawn of the Showtime Lakers and like Bird Magic, just because that was like the rise of the NBA too. So it feels like if that didn't succeed, I don't know how much anything else will succeed. And it sucks, but like
people liked season 2 much better than season 1, and I
they?
think viewership, like it was low in general, but I think viewership went up from season 1 to season 2.
I don't think so.
I think they should just stick with dynasties.
Well, but like I said, like look at where we're in. We're in the era where it's like we're on strike. People are like boycotting against like just watching anything or supporting anything, right? It was a great show. Like everybody that's seen it agreed that it's great. And like you can't say that nobody watched the show or it wasn't a success, because when it got canceled, everybody ran to Twitter and was crying about it. So it's like it did something and it meant something. You know, remember that Michigan meme? He was like, "This means something to me." Like that's that's the same thing. So I think I don't know. I think it was a success, and I think like even if we don't get the Bad Boy Pistons, I think those 2 seasons were enough for like to make people appreciate that artwork.
It's going to be one of those shows that like 10 years from now is going to be sitting on HBO and people are going to watch it and see like, wait, only 2 seasons? What the hell? And they like freak out. where in the Lakers like overarching history would you have liked to see the show end if it didn't end? Like obviously you don't want it to end with them losing to the Celtics.
I mean, realistically, when Jordan taking over, because one is like who's gonna play Jordan as an actor, and then like how they're gonna sell that, because that's when the end. Like it ended around that time when Jordan came over, and Jordan was like the league is mine now. Like that would have been like the perfect like closing to me, and then like Magic Johnson smiling at Michael Jordan riding off into the sunset, some shit like that.
I agree, that would be sick. And I think what they would have to do, because no one wants to watch a show about like the Lakers just like getting smoked like before they got Kobe and Shaq, but if it ended with some sort of like, you know, in Oppenheimer when they're like, yeah, who's this like up and coming like senator trying to make a name for himself, JFK. If it ended with like the Lakers, they're all like crying, some guy's just like scratching his head, like looking at his screen and just watching like young like Kobe highlights, and then there's another guy in another room like looking at like Shaq like dunking on Orlando, and it's like and then they just slowly start fading in like the music from the beginning of the show with like the Showtime.
Oh boy,
Just Jerry Buss.
What's so awful?
No.
You told me that wouldn't be sick. You're going, oh boy,
No,
oh
it's
boy.
funny. It's
Jerry
just
Buss
funny.
and
It made
David
me
Stern,
laugh.
and then Jerry Buss just looks at David Stern and like, yeah, we
I think
destroyed the NBA.
I think what would have
That would be hilarious.
how
I
you-
might like that better just because I like it.
how you could have extended this show
And you
is
just see strippers everywhere.
how you could have extended this
HBO Limitless.
how you could have extended the show is you just focus on dynasties, right? So if you want that seamless transition, is you get the Jordan dynasty now, then you get the Bulls dynasty, so then it's winning time, the Chicago Bulls dynasty, whatever.
that's
and then you
too
go
much.
back
That's
to
too
much.
It's
Well,
too
the
much.
reason they
you just
called
keep
it-
doing it. You just keep extending it.
No. It's gonna be cheesy. Then.
It wouldn't be. They called it winning time because Showtime.
Oh, so Magic Johnson going to Michael Jordan? That's not cheesy.
I mean,
But
not-
this is
my
cheesy. What are you
my
talking
idea
about?
was cheesy as fuck, but I think cheesy
Exactly.
sells. So
People
I'm
love
not-
I don't think
cheese.
it's. I mean, like to me personally, you got to end the show at some point, right?
It
And
just
then you're
this
like,
is wrong. I think.
and
is
like
the
I'm
big
not
thing.
gonna end it with Magic Johnson getting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna end it there.
Yeah, but then you could
Yeah, that ain't
but,
it.
but the producers and then the creators can make even more money by just making it about more dynasties.
But it would just
People
be
would
like, because it's just
I
gonna
think
be a
people would
money
watch
grab
it.
at that point, and then
It's
it's
fine.
like,
People would watch it. It's entertaining. I would watch it. I'd watch
all
more
right, well,
dynasties.
Gio will watch Winning Time Bulls. I mean, like, I don't think it would be bad, but I just think
you wouldn't watch one about the Warriors
No.
in a couple of years.
Nah, shit's better when you
Do I
let it
wanna watch
age for a
Equal
little
Dollar?
while.
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm saying.
we
You
just
age it for a
saw
little
it.
bit.
Like I just said I like the Lakers
Oh,
one
I
because
know.
I didn't get to experience
Exactly.
any of
That's
that,
why
so
you
it's
age
cool.
it in like maybe 20 years. You don't want to watch the
30
Warriors
years,
one.
30. I don't know. Do I want to watch? No, I'm
Not
gonna
everything
say- I'm
needs
not
a
gonna say what
show.
I'm gonna say. Does J Body make you angry? Well, that's good. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, baby.